we would take fabric to our grandmother from here, and she would go and then make dresses for her and her friends. Like, it was like the thing to do. They all have matching dresses. And so, yeah, dresses is like a big thing for us.
My name is Ma'abel Medhin. I'm 35, and I'm from Tigray. Tigray is a region. It's the most northern region of Ethiopia. The Ethiopian government has a prime minister currently who is an interim prime minister. He decided to use COVID as a way to extend his prime ministry without having an election. COVID, although it was a huge problem here, and it still currently is a huge problem here, in Ethiopia, it had not gotten to that point, but the Ethiopian prime minister saw an opportunity. And so he canceled all regional elections, whereas Tigray said, no, we as a region have the right to vote. Because of that vote, the Ethiopian prime minister was upset and he felt challenged. And a month later, started a war. And the wars turned into genocide. It became genocide very, very quickly. You know, I had to get everybody's permission to share these pictures because everyone was so terrified of, being targeted or, This is my grandmother, my mother's mother. She is a badass. She owns a little shop where she sold anything you needed, whenever you wanted. If you wanted it, she got it for you. She's so funny. She says funny things. She dances funny. She's just a really, really good time. But my grandmother has taught us so much. She's taught us how to be resilient, how to be independent, how to be a woman. Yeah, my grandmother has taught me to be who I am. I can't even call her to see how she's doing. I don't know if she's alive or starving. Now, if there's no food at all, how are you supposed to survive? You'd have to survive off of aid, but they're not allowing aid to come through. This is a forced famine. They allowed federal soldiers as well as Eritrean soldiers to go into Tigray and burn every single crop they could find. And so there's no food at all. The last time I spoke to my father on June 28th was the most honest conversation we were ever able to have. And so what he said to me was, for the first 90 days, when they were running for their lives, they lived in caves and they ate grass and ate leaves. And so this genocide is incredibly personal to me. A forced famine is genocide. And so it's really, really important that the world stand with us and call this a genocide. What they've done is they've sent their soldiers, federal soldiers in uniform, to women's homes. Sorry. They've sent them to women's homes and kidnapped women, kidnapped girls, kidnapped boys. They've tied women to trees and raped them and killed their children in front of them. And that was one of the first stories that we at Tigray Action Committee really pushed forward because we felt it was a survivor story. We're asking the President of the United States to say, hey, these people deserve to live. They're human beings and they deserve to live. They have the right to food. They have the right to communication, to phones, to internet. They have the right to clean water. We're literally asking that the President of the United States say, hey, leave them alone. Let them survive. Let them survive. That's all we want to do is survive and be left alone. If you at least talk to one person about what's happening to us, that person will talk to another, and that person will talk to another, and it'll continue until the world knows. And so just by talking about it is doing something. So please talk about it, and please call it a genocide. I just want my family to be okay. I just want my family to be okay.